In the heart of a prestigious military gala, an evening dedicated to honoring the brave souls who served their nation, a moment unfolded that left an indelible mark on everyone present. Among the dignitaries and esteemed guests was Melania Trump, exuding grace and poise as always. But the spotlight shifted from the grandeur of the event to an intimate, deeply moving tribute by a decorated veteran. As the veteran shared his heartfelt words, recounting his journey and expressing gratitude for Melania's unwavering support of service members and their families, her reaction captured the essence of humanity. Her eyes glistened with emotion, and her sincere acknowledgement of the veteran's sacrifices struck a chord with millions, transcending the barriers of politics and reminding the world of the enduring power of respect, gratitude, and compassion. The grand hall was adorned with patriotic decor, the air filled with a sense of reverence and unity. The soft glow of chandeliers bathed the room in a warm light, reflecting off the neatly arranged rows of military medals, photographs, and American flags on display. Veterans, some wearing their uniforms adorned with honors, mingled with guests, sharing stories of valor and resilience. The stage, set with a podium and a backdrop of the American flag, awaited the evening's tributes. Melania Trump entered the room with her signature grace, dressed in an elegant navy blue gown that perfectly complemented the theme of the evening. All eyes turned toward her as she exchanged warm greetings with attendees, her demeanor exuding both dignity and humility. The soft murmurs of the crowd grew quieter as the evening's program began, with speakers recounting tales of bravery that brought both smiles and tears to the faces of those present. In the midst of this solemn yet uplifting atmosphere, a decorated veteran, visibly moved, was invited to the stage. The room fell silent, with every guest anticipating the words of the man who had lived through the trials of service and sacrifice. Melania, seated in the front row, leaned forward slightly, her expression reflecting genuine interest and respect. The stage was set for a moment that would not only define the night, but resonate far beyond the walls of that hall. As the veteran took to the stage, the room fell into a hushed stillness. He was a man in his late 50s, his uniform proudly adorned with medals that spoke of a lifetime of service and sacrifice. His voice, though steady, carried the weight of emotions as he began to speak. "I stand here tonight," he started, "not as a hero, but as a representative of countless men and women who have dedicated their lives to this nation. Many of them are not here to tell their stories, and it is their memory that I honor." His words echoed in the hall, carrying a profound sense of humility and respect. He recounted his journey, from enlisting as a young man full of hope to facing the harsh realities of combat. He spoke of the bonds forged with fellow soldiers, bonds that often became a lifeline during the most challenging times. The room was captivated as he painted a vivid picture of courage, camaraderie, and the resilience required to serve. Turning to Melania Trump, he addressed her directly, his voice breaking slightly. "Mrs. Trump, during your time as First Lady, you stood by the military community with unwavering support. You visited wounded warriors, comforted grieving families, and reminded us that our sacrifices were seen and valued. For that, we are eternally grateful." Tears welled up in many eyes as he continued. "Your compassion and dedication have touched lives in ways you may never fully understand. You have given a voice to those who often feel forgotten. And tonight, I want to say thank you, not just for what you have done, but for the heart with which you have done it." The veteran's words resonated deeply, his genuine gratitude creating an emotional connection that rippled through the audience. As he finished his speech, he looked out over the room, his eyes shining with pride and humility. We don't serve for recognition or applause, but moments like these remind us why we do what we do. It's because of the unwavering support of leaders and citizens like you, Mrs. Trump, that we can stand tall and continue to serve with honor. The hall erupted into applause, a standing ovation that seemed to last forever. Melania Trump, visibly moved, placed a hand over her heart, her face reflecting a mixture of gratitude and humility. It was a moment of profound connection between the veteran, the audience, and the former First Lady, a moment that would linger in the hearts of everyone present. As the applause subsided, the room remained charged with emotion, all eyes fixed on Melania Trump. Rising slowly from her seat, She stepped toward the stage, her expression a blend of humility and heartfelt gratitude. Her elegant gown seemed to shimmer under the spotlight, but it was her sincerity that truly captivated the room. Taking the microphone, she paused for a moment, visibly collecting her thoughts. "Thank you," she began, her voice soft but steady, "not just for your words tonight, but for your service, your sacrifice, and your unwavering dedication to this great nation." Her words carried a depth of emotion that silenced even the faintest whispers in the audience. She spoke directly to the veteran, her tone warm and personal. "Your story is a reminder of the extraordinary courage and resilience that define our military families. You have given more than most of us can ever imagine, and it is people like you who inspire me to do the work I do." Her eyes glistened with unshed tears, her voice carrying the weight of genuine respect and admiration. Turning to address the audience, Melania continued, "As a mother, I have always believed in the importance of teaching our children the values of respect, gratitude, and service. Tonight, I am reminded once again of the countless sacrifices made by our military men and women, not just on the battlefield but also in their daily lives. It is our duty as a nation to honor them, support them, and never let their efforts go unrecognized." Her voice trembled slightly as she spoke about the emotional toll of visiting hospitals, meeting wounded soldiers, and comforting grieving families during her time as First Lady. "These are moments I carry in my heart. They remind me of the strength and spirit of the American people and the power of unity in the face of adversity." Melania then turned back to the veteran, her voice steady once more. "You, sir, are a true hero, not just for what you have done, but for standing here tonight and sharing your story with all of us. You remind us why we must continue to strive for a country worthy of your sacrifice." As she finished speaking, the room erupted into another wave of applause, but this time it was different. Deeper, more resonant. Melania stepped off the stage and in an unscripted moment approached the veteran, extending her hand. He accepted it, but she surprised everyone by pulling him into a heartfelt embrace. The cameras captured the moment, a powerful image of mutual respect and gratitude that would soon go viral. The audience stood in unison, moved not just by the words exchanged, but by the raw humanity of the interaction. Tears streamed down faces as the applause continued, many feeling a sense of pride and unity rarely experienced in such divided times. As Melania returned to her seat, she placed a hand over her heart, a silent gesture of thanks to the audience and to the veterans in the room. Her reaction wasn't just a response to the veterans' tribute, it was a moment of connection that transcended politics and touched the core of what it means to honor those who serve. For those in attendance, it was a night they would never forget. And for millions watching later, it was a moment that reaffirmed the enduring values of gratitude and respect. The moment between Melania Trump and the veteran didn't just resonate within the walls of the event hall, it rippled across the nation almost instantly. Clips of the heartfelt interaction flooded social media, with hashtags like Melania honors veterans and gratitude in action trending within hours. People from all walks of life shared their reactions, united in admiration for the poignant exchange. Twitter buzzed with comments praising Melania's grace and authenticity. "This is what true leadership looks like," one user wrote. Melania Trump shows once again that actions speak louder than words. Others highlighted the emotional depth of the moment, with a popular tweet saying, "Her embrace of that veteran was more than symbolic. It was genuine and heartfelt. A reminder that gratitude matters." News outlets quickly picked up the story, airing clips of the event with headlines like, "Melania Trump's emotional tribute to veterans touches millions," and "A night of gratitude that brought a nation together." Pundits, typically divided in their opinions, found common ground in acknowledging the sincerity of her actions. Across Facebook and Instagram, families of veterans shared personal stories of sacrifice, using Melania's moment as a catalyst to highlight the importance of honoring those who serve. One post shared thousands of times read, "As a wife of a soldier, I felt seen tonight. Thank you, Melania, for showing the world what it means to truly respect our heroes." Even those who had been critical of her in the past found themselves moved. Editorials appeared praising her composure and ability to connect with people on a human level. In an age of division, moments like these remind us of the values we all share. One columnist wrote, "For days following the event, the tribute remained a topic of discussion. Talk shows analyzed the moment, with guests reflecting on how such acts of kindness and respect could bridge divides. Memes and videos celebrating the interaction were shared widely, ensuring the story reached millions. The public reaction was clear. This wasn't just another event in the spotlight. It was a rare moment of unity and shared humanity, a reminder of the deep respect and gratitude owed to those who serve." And at the center of it all was Melania Trump, who had once again managed to inspire with her quiet strength and heartfelt grace. While the public saw the emotional moments on stage, what happened behind the scenes added another layer of depth to the story. After the event ended, Melania Trump made her way backstage, where the veteran who had delivered the moving tribute was waiting. Away from the cameras and the crowd, the atmosphere was quieter, more personal, but no less powerful. Melania approached the veteran with the same genuine warmth she'd shown earlier. "I wanted to thank you again," she said softly, her hand extended. But this time, instead of shaking her hand, the veteran held it for a moment and replied, "Ma'am, it's I who should be thanking you, for listening, for caring, and for reminding people that we matter." The two spoke for several minutes, their conversation candid and heartfelt. The veteran shared more about his experiences, including the challenges he'd faced transitioning back to civilian life. Melania listened intently, her expression reflecting both empathy and determination. "Your story is one of strength," she said, "and it reminds me why we must continue to fight for better support for our veterans and their families." Members of the event staff and other attendees who were backstage watched the exchange in quiet awe. One staff member later commented, "It wasn't just for show. Her concern was real. She wanted to know how she could help, even after the cameras were off." Before parting ways, Melania handed the veteran a handwritten note, something she had prepared before the event. "I hope this reminds you of the impact you've had tonight," she said with a smile. The veteran, clearly moved, held the note close and responded, "This will stay with me forever." Backstage, Melania also took time to speak with other veterans and their families who had attended the event. She listened to their stories, offered words of encouragement, and expressed her gratitude for their sacrifices. For those who met her that night, it was clear that her appreciation was more than words. It was a heartfelt commitment to honor their service. As the evening wound down and Melania prepared to leave, she took one final moment to thank the event organizers. "You've created something truly special tonight," she said. "These moments matter more than we realize." The behind-the-scenes interactions didn't make it into the headlines, but for those who witnessed them, they revealed the true depth of her character. Melania Trump's genuine compassion and quiet determination to uplift others left a lasting impression, not just on the veteran who shared his tribute, but on everyone she met that evening. The heartfelt exchange between Melania Trump and the veteran at the event set off a ripple effect that reached far beyond the walls of the venue. As news outlets, social media platforms, and personal blogs picked up the story, it became clear that the night's impact was more profound than anyone had anticipated. In the days following the event, Melania's tribute and the veteran's moving speech became a topic of widespread discussion. News programs replayed the moment on a loop, with commentators analyzing its emotional resonance. "It wasn't just a public figure showing gratitude," one anchor remarked. "It was a reminder of what unites us as a nation: respect for those who serve." Veterans organizations across the country seized the opportunity to amplify their message. Inspired by the event, several groups launched campaigns to raise awareness about the challenges faced by servicemen and women, including mental health struggles, homelessness, and reintegration into civilian life. One organization even reported a significant increase in donations after clips of the tribute went viral. Meanwhile, social media became a hub for personal stories and reactions. Families of veterans shared their own experiences, drawing parallels to the event's message. One post, accompanied by a photo of a retired Marine and his granddaughter, read, "Moments like these remind us that our sacrifices are seen and valued. Thank you, Mrs. Trump, for giving a voice to so many." Melania herself remained relatively quiet in the public eye after the event, allowing the focus to stay on the message rather than herself. However, a statement released by her team highlighted her commitment to supporting and their families. "Our nation owes an unpayable debt to its heroes," the statement read. "Events like this are a reminder of our responsibility to honor and support them." The veteran who gave the speech also found himself thrust to the spotlight. Invitations poured in for interviews, speaking engagements, and even collaborations with veteran advocacy groups. In one emotional interview, he reflected on the night. "I never expected my story to resonate the way it has." Mrs. Trump's response wasn't just kind, it was transformative. "It gave my words a platform I never imagined." The event also sparked broader conversations about gratitude and service. Opinion pieces in major publications debated how public figures and citizens alike could do more to recognize veterans' sacrifices. One columnist wrote, "In a world so often divided, this moment reminded us that there are values we can all agree on: courage, sacrifice, and the importance of showing gratitude." The aftermath wasn't just about media attention or trending hashtags, it was about real change. Donations to veteran support organizations increased, discussions about policy improvements gained momentum, and individuals found renewed inspiration to reach out to the veterans in their own communities. For Melania Trump, the night was a continuation of her ongoing advocacy work, but for millions of others, it was a moment of unity, a rare instance where politics faded into the background and shared humanity took center stage. It was a reminder that sometimes the simplest gestures, a speech, a hug, or even just listening, can create waves of impact that touch lives far and wide.